everyone, this is the rehab room at the chiropractic sports clinic where I do my massage and cupping practice. I thought this would be the perfect location for us to talk about today's topic. And that topic is muscle soreness. We've all had quite a bit of experience with it now. I'm going to try to keep this video as brief as possible. I could talk about it all day long. So I'm going to kind of blow through a few subjects, and if there's anything you want to hear more about, just leave a comment below, ask your question, or list what topic you would like to have more information about, and we can chat about it all day. But basically, in muscle soreness, and we're talking about soreness that's due to exercise, one type is the burn or the soreness that you feel while you're actually doing the exercise. And that's a metabolic process that's happening in your muscles where you're paying off an oxygen debt, and all this lactic acid that you hear about is basically being created to help you get through the workout. That type of soreness doesn't really warrant a video. It's going to pass pretty quickly after the exercise. The type of soreness we're going to be talking about is the second type, which is what's called delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, if you're a really hip personal trainer or someone like that. This is the type of soreness you're going to feel 24, 72 hours after your workout. And basically, the reason why this is happening is that during your exercise, especially during what's called the eccentric contraction phase of your workout, you are asking the muscle to do more than what it's used to doing, or you're asking it to do a different type of movement than what it's used to doing. And the eccentric contraction, the easiest example to give is a bicep curl. So on the way up, the muscle's both firing and getting smaller because the elbow's coming closer to the shoulder. And then the eccentric phase is when it's going back down. So what happens when it's going back down is it's firing to stop you from just dropping the weight, but it's firing and stretching at the same time. This type of exercise gives you a lot of bang for your buck, but also, therefore, will make you more sore. So when you're experiencing soreness the day after, 2 days after, even sometimes 3 days after, it's hard to know what to do. There's a scale. 1 is no soreness whatsoever. You don't feel any discomfort from your workout. 10 would be you've injured something. You've sprained, broken, bruised something. You need to go see a doctor. If you're falling too far towards the I'm so sore I can't move and I'm afraid I've injured something, that's where you want to go back. You want to look at your form first and foremost. And also you want to look at, can I modify either all of part of the workout or at least half of the set of this particular part of the workout? There is no shame in modifying. When I started 21 Day Fix Extreme, the plyometrics workout, I'm going to tell you I modified 95% of it the first 2 times through. The third time I got down to about 75% and then 50% and then so on and so forth. Your body does get stronger, it adapts, that's fine. But for most of us, we're not on quite that end of the scale. We're just dealing with, I can feel pain in all the muscles that are dealing with my shoulder blades, or my hamstrings and my butt are really sore from all the squats that I did yesterday. So you might want to know what kinds of things can you do to help with the muscle soreness. The first thing I would like to mention is that active rest is going to be one of your best friends when it comes to muscle soreness. There's a very old school idea that we should just rest and ice muscles and not move them when they're sore. But actually what they have found is that kind of getting the lymph and the blood circulating through that region is what's going to make the soreness go away the fastest. So you might want to think about doing 5 to 10 minutes of a light cardio exercise, something like walking, swimming, something that's completely low impact, followed by 5 to 10 minutes of light, slow, static stretching. So what do I mean by static? That means you're not moving through the stretch, you're not bouncing, you're not doing anything that's dynamic. You're just holding a stretch for 10 seconds, taking a 10-second break, repeating it a second time for 10 seconds. And this is a light, moderate, pain-free stretch. So on a scale of 1 to 10, we're talking somewhere between a 2 and a 4. The next thing I want you to think about is hydrotherapy. And what hydrotherapy means is either applying something that's cold, like ice, or something warm, like a hot bath or a warm compress. There's a lot of debate, and if you Google it, you could spend all day going down a rabbit hole about what is better for you, ice or heat, in terms of soreness. Ice is going to reduce any type of swelling or inflammation that's in an area. So if something is really swollen, not only should you probably get it checked out by a doctor, but ice is going to be better for swelling. Whereas heat's going to bring fluid to the area. It's going to bring more of the nutrients and things that your body is trying to use to heal the damage that you've done during your workout. But both ice and heat have a pain masking effect. One of my favorite ways to use heat hydrotherapy is to do what I like to call an Epsom soak bath. And Epsom salt is basically just magnesium sulfate. Go to your drugstore. You can get really cheap $2, $3, $4 plain old magnesium sulfate Epsom salt, or you can get one that has, this one has lavender in it. I don't know if you can see. Makes a nice aromatherapy. And then you soak in it, and the nutrients are able to be absorbed into the skin. It just kind of helps everything melt and relax. Sometimes I will multitask. I'll have a script or something I'm working on that I wrap in plastic so that it's waterproof, and I'll sit and read over it while I let my legs soar. This, for me, is like perfect when I've done a lot of squats and hamstring work, because then my legs can just sit and soak in it. If you don't know whether heat or ice is better, you can try both, or you can try a contrast of both. Sometimes when I overdo my wrist, I'll put ice actually on the wrist joint and then put a hot compress up on the forearm, and I find that that helps more than anything. But you can experiment. Whichever one makes you feel better is the one you should use. The next thing we're going to talk about is massage. And massage is great because, again, it's going to increase the circulation. It's going to help the lymph system take out all of the cellular debris that's sitting around and helping to cause your soreness. I'm a massage therapist. I'm not suggesting this just because I am one. If you can't go to professional, you can also ask a loved one or a friend if they wouldn't mind giving you some nice light compressions, a gentle squeeze. But if either of those aren't an option, there's a lot of really awesome self-care tools. So this is a roller stick. This is going to be a pretty gentle, like phase 1 way of helping you relieve some soreness. So if I use this, so the day after I do either lower fix or plyometrics, usually my quads are really sore. So if they're so sore I don't think I can handle anything really deep, if I just take my little roller stick, I can roll out the muscle for a while. If I end by coming back up towards the heart, that will help flush everything back out through the lymph system. Oh, and it feels so good, especially like on the adductors. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorites. Once you've graduated from this, or on a day where you need a little something more, foam rollers will become your friend. You can lay them on the floor, and then using your body weight, you can roll back and forth and work out your soreness this way. It would take an entire video to show you all the different ways you can use a foam roller, so if you're interested in more information about this, check out some great YouTube videos or let me know, and I can give you more instruction on different areas in the body. So this is going to be a little bit deeper than the roller stick, but both of these are good for big areas, so like legs, back, but there's some areas that are smaller that are going to need a tool that's a little bit smaller. Those, we have lacrosse balls and TheraBand balls. Now these are all tools, if you have a gym membership, you should be able to find there. Otherwise, sporting goods, rehab places like this will have them. Borrow one from a friend. These are like $2, $4. It's a lacrosse ball. It's a little bit harder than a tennis ball, but it's not quite as hard as like a golf ball. So after doing thousands of push-ups, the inside of your shoulders get really sore, right? So one of the best ways that I have for relieving my shoulders after I've done a lot of push-ups, or if I've had a really heavy body work day where I've used my shoulders all day, is I will go up to a wall, I will place the lacrosse ball kind of in front of the shoulder where the pec tendons are, and I'll just do slow, so the wall is pushing the ball into my shoulder. So go to the side and do more like this. And then I just do slow, so snow angel arms up and down. Oh my gosh, even just holding it with my hand, oh, feels so good. Other place that this and the TheraBand roll are good for are your feet. Throw it on the ground, roll it back and forth. Because I tell you, when you've done all this jumping and all these single leg, athletic arm things and your foot is on fire, These are your friends. And the last thing I'll say is that there are topical ointments that have arnica or menthol in them that you can apply to the area to help reduce the soreness that you feel afterwards. There's also supplements that you can take either before, during, or after, and Shakeology has a whole bunch of all of them in it. So if right now drinking your Shakeology before the workout is not helping, you might try switching it to drinking it afterwards to see if that might help you with the soreness. Please comment below and let me know if there's anything you would like more information on. And happy workouts! You ladies are kicking butt!